Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Steve, and in my last video I did some features of the new iOS 8 download. I didn't go over all of them, and there was one feature in particular that I didn't go over, which is the purpose of this video. So let's get to it. Alright, so like I said in the last video, I did some iOS 8 features, some of the ones that I thought were pretty interesting, or some of the ones that I was looking forward to using. But there was one in particular, and that was the iOS to Mac OS X Handoff Feature. I didn't go over that because of some things that I found out about it that I wasn't too happy about, but I've since gotten a little bit more information behind it, and so I'm going to get into that and address it. I didn't include it in the list of iOS 8 features that I like simply because I'm not able to use Handoff. You might be wondering why not. I have an iPad, I've got an iMac, I've got a MacBook Pro. But the thing is, if your iPad or your laptop or your iMac is not 2012 or later, you will not be able to use the handoff feature. Now, in order to use the handoff feature, the way you do that is you have to put both your iPad and your laptop or your iMac, you have to put them, turn Bluetooth on so that they're discoverable for each other, and then you have to pair your iPad with your computer. Once that happens, the devices see each other, and you make sure that handoff is enabled under settings here. What's going to happen is basically you'll be using your iPad, and say for instance you're ready to move from using looking at a website on your iPad to looking at it on your computer. What'll happen is when you go to your computer, you'll see a little icon on the Safari app, and that lets you know that that web page is now ready to be viewed on your computer, so you can go ahead and close it out. Well, like I said, what I found out is that if your device, if your computer is not 2012 or later, you won't be able to use that feature. And what got me curious about it is because I noticed once I met all of the requirements in order to use handouts, I was not seeing the icon on my computer. I wasn't seeing the icon, you know, the websites weren't transferring. So I did a little bit more research, and that's what I found out. I found that if your device is not 2012 or later, you cannot use the handoff feature. However, there is good news to this. You can still use it. You just won't be able to use it in the way that Apple is saying. So here's what I found. Okay, so like I said, this is the way that I found to be able to use the handoff feature if your device is not 2012 or later. My iPad, this is an iPad 4, this did come out in 2012. Unfortunately, my MacBook Pro and my iMac are both 2011 editions. So I can't use it the way Apple has, you know, set up for it in iOS and OS X, but the way that I can still use it is like this. Say for instance you go into Safari. I'm looking at YouTube through the browser instead of the YouTube app. You know, I can look at this right here, but if you notice in the upper right hand corner you have these features here. You've got the share button, you've got the plus button which allows you to open up more pages, and then you've got this here. This button right here shows you, it opens up all of the windows that you have on YouTube, and when you click that or tap it, your screen opens up to show the current pages that you have open, which I currently have 2. But then if you go down to the bottom, because you've got it paired, I've got it paired with my iMac, and my MacBook Pro is closed, so it's not showing those pages. But if you look down here at the bottom, since it's paired with my iMac, it shows you what pages, the last pages that I've had open. Now say for instance if I wanted to look at one of those on my iMac, okay, here, this is the iMac, this is the screen from my iMac. So if we want to see that same YouTube page that we just pulled up, if you notice up here in the right hand corner, you've got some of the same features. You've got your share button, which when you click it, it allows you, you know, different options to share. But then you've got this second button here, which is your Windows button, and so it shows you the windows that you have open, as well as the last open windows that are on the iPad. When you zoom in on here, it shows the last items that were open on my iPad. Okay, so the last thing we pulled up was the popular on YouTube page. And what we'll do is we'll click that link. And as you can see, it brings up popular on YouTube. The key to remembering this and the key with using this is you have to remember that in order for it to pop up, you've got to access the site first on the iPad and then open up your Windows tab here, close it out on your iPad, and it will populate in this area here, and then you can just go to it. So like I said before, this is how you can access the handoff feature between iOS and OS X if it's not possible for you to do it because you have an older computer. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit that like button, please do subscribe and share it with others, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.